Good morning. Good morning. I am driving like a bat out of hell to get to work. And it's my fault. Yeah, so I am going to park where I'm not supposed to park today so that I can get to my desk on time because I have a 9 o'clock meeting and we're not going to say what time it is right now. 8:22. So just dropped my girls off at school for their piano class. This is a hot mess. It is all my fault. Like, usually it's like I'm scrambling because like I blame it on the kids. You know, stuff is, you know, not prepped the day before, but for some reason my mind, the time was not with me this morning. And then all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, shut up. So I had lunch I was gonna take today. Like, I had lunch that I was gonna take to work. Salad. I was trying to be healthy. I got 2 bags going here. So not much to say, but gosh, I still have to get my face together. I think I just pricked my finger, dig it in my bag. So let's get on with it. I don't know what the traffic is going to be like at this time, but we're going to hope for the best that I get to this meeting and hopefully I can slap something on my face before my meeting starts. A little powder or something. I don't know. We'll see. See you in the office. Ooh, it's 9:15. I mean 9. It's 9:09. Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for pushing the meeting back and waiting on me. So I have a lot to do from a coding perspective, and I feel like sometimes this iPad doesn't work for me. I feel like sometimes I need to go to good old plain old school pen and paper. I don't know. I really don't know. But I have a lot of follow-up items to do, so I'm going to make my to-do list on paper today. So last week I mentioned that I had a lot of webinars that I sat on And just to, just to show you all the webinars I mentioned. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the last video or not. But so in order to get CEUs, I sat on a webinar from our MAC, the Medicare Administrative Contractor, which is Palmetto GBA, and I was able to get, let's see, I was able to get 5 CEUs. I listened to another webinar, but I forgot to get the meeting ID. So here's the certificate, and there was an event ID that you needed to fill in, and I didn't capture one of them. So, and I didn't print out all the files either, but the first webinar was be the captain of your own ship. And what was this one about? This one was over the e-services on the website, registration, logging in. This was about how to use pretty much the services on the Palmetto website. And I received the CEU for that. And then the other one was diving into appeals. Now this one was really, really good. It went through the entire appeals process. This is all my arena right here. This is what I'm familiar with. So it went through the first, second, third level of appeals, decision outcomes, and then when you get to the fourth and fifth level of appeals. From my experience dealing with Medicare, and when I worked as a government audit analyst dealing with the RAC audits when they were really, really high in volume at my previous organization, the highest level of appeal that we were going to get to was the third level, and that's when you deal with the administrative law judge. And we had this big binder set up and prepared. Lawyers are involved to go over the case and discuss everything, but unfortunately the hearing kept getting pushed back, and then at that point I had moved on to my first managerial position, and I actually don't remember what the outcome of that case was. So I don't know, and I don't remember the dollar amount of that case either, but we were going to take it up to the third level of appeal. The other webinar that I sat on was Chart Your Course for Smooth Sailing, and this one went over claims and inquiry data, root cause analysis, resolving claim denials and rejections, and then other tools, resources, and reminders. So there was a lot of good information, and the series that Palmetto had was called Mayfest, and it was just a series of webinars. So because they were all 60 minutes each, 60 minutes equal 1 CEU. So I was able to put those in. Now they were not AHEMA approved, like prior AHEMA approved CEUs, but I put these in, and I think the category or domain that I put these CEUs in were like reimbursement or revenue cycle or something like that. And I put it in, uploaded my document, and got my CEU, and it was as easy as that. So I'm also going to put a link to it's HIT not hit knots. That used to be the old name of it, but there is so many resources where you can get free CEUs, especially if your company does not offer it. So just always, if you are already credentialed with your RHIT or RHIA, be on the lookout for free CEUs. Now I do know
for AAPC, if you are a coder through AAPC, you cannot sit on webinars like this and get credit for it. Always sit on webinars for knowledge and things like that. But from my understanding and what I've been told, you can only get CEUs for AAPC if they have been approved by AAPC. AHEMA is not like that, thank God. You can get CEUs through any program or anything like that, as long as it fits into their domain. Now, I don't know if AHEMA reviews everything before you submit, like for the year, but I've never had a problem submitting my CEUs. As soon as I put this in, it went right through. So, okay, so one of the issues that I need to solve is for these joint injections from one of our physiatrists, and for CPTs 64490 through 64495 and 64633 through 64636. The physician injections must include a right or left modifier on the claim line, and each time the physician selects the code, he doesn't put a right or left modifier, and therefore the claim is stopping in the coder's work queue, and it just it's creating additional work for the coder that doesn't have to be done. If in the charge entry screen in Epic, if there's just an option for each of these codes to already have a right or left on it, then it won't even go to the coder's work queue, and it'll just go right onto the claim and then continue on with the billing process. So I need to see if I can maybe update the preference list on that. And that's easy, and I should have had that finished. Peers bust in while I'm vlogging, and she's talking, camera's still going, and she comes around, and I try to throw my notebook on my phone, and she looks, she's like, "Are you recording?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize my phone was on." And I blamed it on FaceTiming my husband. She's like, "Why would you be recording yourself, lady?" But I'm just like, "Did you really just bust in here like that?" And first of all, none of your business. Second of all, respect my space. But she does that, like, even on the phone. When she calls me in the middle of something, and she expects me to drop what I'm doing and attend to whatever. But if I need to ask her for something, if I have a quick question, "Oh, I have a meeting, oh, can we do it at this scheduled time?" I'm on for scheduled times, but do that in return. Like, I was dead smack in the middle of something, and she came around to my desk, and I'm just like, whoa. So an educational webinar about leadership. All right, let's do a little unboxing, shall we? 2022 double ANS managing coding and reimbursement challenges in my field. In neurosurgery. So I will be attending the double ANS managing coding and reimbursement challenges in neurosurgery live webinar, live course. And you know what? I think because of how long it is, I can't remember if I get like 12 CEUs for this, but it's basically going over all of the changes and everything neurosurgery related. So this course was it was $1,200 paid for by my company, and the in-person course was in Las Vegas, and of course I'm doing the virtual. And let's see, on the agenda, so we're going to discuss E&M coding and documentation requirements, the global surgical package, and then learning how to identify and apply correct CPT codes to commonly performed spine procedures, cranial and neuroendovascular procedures. So I attended this last year virtually, and this was really helpful, and it's something that I pull out to help providers with any questions that they have. There's tips in here, documentation tips in here. So this is a really great course that I'm glad that my company pays for. And then another great resource is Karen Zupko and Associates, KZA. Great, she covers all specialties. But in my previous organization, we use her for neurology/neurosurgery as well. So. Hello. Man, I walked out of work happy. It's 84 degrees outside. It feels so nice. It feels really nice out. I had a decent day. I had a really good day. Ever. And oh my gosh, it's just so nice out. So, because I was running late, I parked in the parking garage. So that's where I'm headed out of now. So, what all did how do I get out of here? I mean, I could follow arrows, but I was damn near on the roof. So today, the first thing on the agenda that I had today was I could have went this way. She beat me. The first thing that I had on the agenda was a surgical coding meeting, and let's see what issues were brought up. There's some procedure that one of my neurosurgeons are doing that what I guess the procedure that they're doing, we have to code it as an unlisted code, which is for a neurosurgery, it's normally a 64999 code. And the equivalent code to that is whatever code equates to that is a add-on code. And so the coders were saying that because the equivalent is an add-on code,
it's probably not getting paid. So the coder wanted to know how they've been coding these claims with that unlisted code, if those codes are even getting paid. So I still have it on my to-do to run a report on those codes and how we identify those codes, because you can have several unlisted codes for multiple procedures. I can't just run a code on 64999. It's several things that's going to come up. So what we do at our organization is we build a custom code, and so I can run a report on that custom code, and then that's how I can get the information. So my peer that busted into the office, she gave me some pointers on my presentation, because when I present the numbers, I present them out like, say it'll be like 17 million and 300,000 and $241. I will put that entire number on the screen, and I'll have like 10 lines of numbers, and this slide looks, she was saying how that slide looks too busy, it really throws her off. And she said for her to be a finance person, that even intimidates her. So she said that I need to clean that up and condense it to where I'm not showing as many numbers on each line. And I really appreciated that feedback. The only thing that kind of, I'll be quite honest and just say how I feel, I'm not gonna pretty it up. The thing that kind of annoyed me was, like, I've been doing this presentation since July. It's May. Why are you just now telling me this? I've been doing this same presentation using the same slides, and ma'am, you gave me the template. Why are you just now giving me this feedback? My boss has never given me the feedback. She's never said anything about, the slide was too busy or anything. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I can read the slides clearly. The doctor, I've never received any detailed feedback like that. So I appreciated it from her. But she's a finance person, so she looks at things way different than I do, which is good. I need her perspective. But I was just like, dang, I could have perfected this like months ago, and also she's like, I really want you to start speaking at these meetings and and I want you to shine like a superstar. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm trying to I will be honest and say I'm not going to say that I don't take criticism. Like, I can't handle taking criticism, because I can, as long as it's constructive. At the same time, she also gives this air like she's not my boss. Sometimes I feel like she acts like she has some type of authority over me, and she doesn't. And sometimes I have to play along. Like, she was showing me something that I've already seen before, and I want to cut her off and say, I know this already, but I don't. But then she's just a really hard personality to work with. I'll put it that way, instead of trying to explain it all out. Hard personality to work with. She'll make comments like, because she's finance, I'm revenue. It's two completely different areas when it comes to budget and things like that. And I don't know anything about that. And she'll tell me I don't need to know anything about that. But when it comes to revenue and my side, she'll say, I really need to know about all this stuff, because I don't know anything about it. But I can't learn none of your stuff. Like, which it's I don't know. If I end it here, let's go ahead and do a good ending, closing out of the vlog this time. So again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. I can't believe that so many people have found my channel. I mean, I had 100 subscribers, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe. My husband's like, just keep posting, and I've seen some comments that says that my videos are relatable, and I think that's great. It's a great feeling that I'm helping others. I received the email today, and a young lady with a great question, and I read that, and I'm like, I really have to ponder on that, and I can't wait to help her out and just engage in further conversation, whether it's via email or via phone. I also started teaching another course in a community college, and that is for healthcare statistics. I'm just a busy bee. Oh, and one other thing, I just said I was getting ready to close up the video, and I'm still talking. Gonna get ready to be done because I want to roll down my windows and rock out to my music. But I'm also I belong to HFMA. Renew my membership. I did that on my own. I did not ask my company to pay for it. I probably could have, but I did not. I wanted to invest in that on my own. And through that membership, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but through that membership, I can gain a certification called a Certified Revenue Cycle Representative, so CRCR. I can add those credentials to the end of my name or my signature. I can add that badge. HFMA has badges, I believe, that you can add to your LinkedIn profile or to your signature line. AHEMA has badges too. So I don't belong to AHEMA, but I'm credentialed through AHEMA. I belong to HFMA. I don't have any credentials through HFMA, but I'm going to go ahead and get that certification through HFMA. The good thing is with HFMA, the certification is included in the membership. If you belong to AHEMA, you have to pay extra to get the certifications. Like those are completely different things, and I hope that makes sense. The reason why I decided to become a member of HFMA is because with me really wanting to become more invested within revenue cycle, HFMA's Healthcare Financial Management Association, that's where I need to put my focus into. With AHEMA and my RHIA, I want to keep that. I'm going to keep that credential. I'm always going to keep that credential, keep up my CEUs, because HIM is my passion, will always be my passion. So will clinical documentation. But I talked to my mentor today, and I realized CDI, I read a job description at my organization, and I'm just like, really? They're looking for nurses and PAs, physician assistants, and or somebody that has their doctorate in a medically related field. And I'm just like, what? You're not looking for coders? And then my mentor said it doesn't start with is you don't have to have coding experience. And I said, oh, you're right. The reason why I say coding is because coders learn the foundation of documentation as it relates to CDI. I don't know what nurses learn, but it's not coding guidelines. And I just feel that coders know what documentation it takes to get to your final DRG assignment, or, for your HCCs and things like that. They know those coding guidelines in and out. I don't think nurses go to school and learn coding guidelines and Medicare rules and regulations. They're straight clinical. I could be wrong. So that's why I said, and my mentor told me, he's like, you know what, you need to focus in on revenue cycle. That's where your strengths are, and just hone in on that strength. So that's what I'm going to do. So with that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I am going to end the video here, since I did just go on kind of a longer little conversation there than what I planned on. But enjoy the rest of your day. It's beautiful outside, and I've got more work to do when I get home though. So until next time, enjoy.